What I want to really illustrate in this video is the strength and camaraderie that Marines hold as part of being in the Marine Corps, and the experience you have, and friends you make, and friends you subsequently go to war with, and don't know if you're going to come back, or you just don't know. You actually never know. We, we say that especially with veterans, but it really goes across the board. Because we as a people, you never know when next day is going to be your last. So, but all right, I'll get to the point. But anyway, so I today I was reading this post on Facebook. My buddy John, he's a fellow Marine, and he lives in my town, and he's my friend. And I saw his post on Facebook, and so the post says, "One thing you never do is tell a U.S. Marine that another Marine isn't family. We share something that no one else will ever have the opportunity to have. We live by a creed, a motto, or for some, like my brother Jay Debo, current Marine veteran who recently passed in our town um, in an accident, and the loss of you know him has created it's just kind of really been a sad time and for this town because we lost a couple of people, a really good handful of great people from this town have passed away in the last couple of months, and a lot of people have been really sensitive, and it's been hard, and so when this other Marine brother of mine, Jay, passed away, it struck the town with another hardship. So I just felt like talking about it because I've been going through a lot and just needed to vent, and I figured I could do it, in honor of a good cause, and the awareness, the cause I'm doing this for is the awareness of PTSD, and TBI trauma, and just more for Marines in general. Um, being a Marine is being pro-Marine because it's a honor and a cause um, that's given, to represent, the United States in the finest manner that can possibly be held. So it's a thing that we embrace very much. But okay, so um, all right, I'll start over. All right, one thing you never do is tell a U.S. Marine that another Marine isn't family. We share something that no one else will ever have the opportunity to have. We live by a creed, a motto, or for some, like my brother Jay Devo, who lived it, and that is honor, courage, and commitment. I had someone this morning ask me why I wasn't talking and that I seemed like I was in a mood. So I explained what happened, and he said, well, he wasn't family. Wrong. He was family. He is family and will always be family. Being ignorant is a great way to be picking up damn teeth, And it's like I read that and I really felt, how I felt about that. Um, Recently had a job I did, up in Detroit, and I had to work with some gentlemen up there, and you know, uh, really wasn't feeling these guys, not one bit, since the beginning, when we took off, and but I was doing it for the right cause, and I just needed to do this job, so I did it. But during the interim of that time period up there, um, I experienced a lot of disrespect and a lot of I call them myself character strongholds because sometimes, when people pass the limit or they cross a line, and don't know the difference, but they just keep going and they test limits, they expect for nobody to just do nothing. And, the world we live in today, people, fly off the rate, they fly off the handle for all kind of stuff, but you never know what somebody's going through, or you never know, how their day is going, or what they're experiencing, so you have to be cautious on how you approach people. This generation in a whole, the way they approach people and talk to people. I mean, I'm talking about a younger generation too that's coming up. You know, just kids, just gaffing everybody off, and there's no respect these days, basically. And I'm a person, and I'm not perfect at all in one bit, and not that I'm not trying to say that in any way that I am, because I won't claim that, because I know I'm a person of failure and sin. I'm a proud Christian, and I believe that I believe that you know when it's our time, it's our time, and I just kind of skipped over it. And see, that happens. Um, I'm a TBI victim too, so like I had like a lot of brain stuff happen to me, so that's a problem I deal with. Constant repetition, or switching subjects, or random, just one subject to the next. And I'm different. And if you know me, to know me is to love me. And if you either love me or you don't want to be around me at all. I'm a very different kind of person, and I'm just thankful for the people that do love me and are behind me and stand with me, and try to continually love me. No matter what goes on in my life. Um, because it's been a bumpy ride, but I'm still there, and I'm thankful for the people I have in my life, and I'm thankful for God who has carried me, through everything. And I give him praise, honor, and glory, because I would be nowhere without him. And all right, so my response was, to his story, after, really, I read it probably 2 or 3 times, and you know, it, I mentioned earlier about the loss in this town, and one of them was a army brother of mine. He's a veteran as well, and you know, we've both been out for a couple of years, and you know, I just moved back to town in January, really, and he's been here for a little while, and he had his son, and was had a fiance, and things were really going good, and um, you know the other subject I mentioned in the beginning was PTSD, and we lost my brother you know not too long ago from that. Um, and I was really upset because I didn't see the signs, and I felt upset at myself because I should have paid more attention. And I'm sure a lot of people carry that guilt, being so close to him. Anthony was, he was a character. He was a clown. If you was around him, you're gonna be laughing. He's always gonna make everybody, have a good time. It's fun to be around Anthony. And that's the kind of person, you want to be friends with, because you don't want to be around a negative, crowd. You want to be around people who build you up and make you feel good, and you can laugh and have a good time or drink a beer with, whatever, what have you, and and drinking a beer with him is even funner, you know. That was one of his. That was one of the things that we knew most about Anthony, is he enjoyed a good beer, and military guys, I don't think you'll see one that don't down a few every now and then. We some more than others, but it's a kind of built-in tradition from the Marine Corps. That it's just kind of who we are. But anyway, um, I've been feeling bad. Um, and when I read that, I thought about Anthony, because he had just passed away too. It's like, two service members within, you know, not even a 2 month span of each other. And, that's, when you're a military veteran or an active service, member, that's a deep cut to you, because, when you are who you are, things mean a whole lot more to you than than people would ever wait to see. So I responded to my buddy John and said that. I said esprit de corps. And I'll tell you what esprit de corps is after I read the post, and that way you can understand it a little bit more. But said esprit de corps will live in my soul forever. Marines only know one thing. That was my brother. I just want to say, people think that they can say this and that. John, when I was working up in Detroit last week, I had a guy that I worked with that during the trash run, on a job site, he felt comfortable enough to say that PTSD and all the issues we deal with are just fake and bullcrap. I looked at him and I told him real quick, I said, you need to stop talking. And, I educated him as much as to say that unless he took that walk himself, he doesn't have the rights or doesn't even rate to such statements of delusion. you know, and it's like, who are you to say that? You have no clue of what you're speaking about, but you think it's okay to, talk with that, pride of really knowing what you're talking about, like, because you don't. All right, so I said, I really feel you, brother. I really do. I've lost a handful of brothers in the last year and have had to go to the VA numerous times to talk to people about, talk about it. That way I can try to properly, move forward. And I said, Allison, as in my girlfriend, Allison Coleman, she knows more about this than anybody. What people don't understand or ever take serious, that the Marine Corps is a brotherhood. That unless vested, you'd never know or understand the extent of mental pain and anguish a fellow Marine would go through over losing a brother, whether combat related or not. You know, and I said, some days I wish the world would wake up, brother. I really do. But we just got to be strong and keep pushing like we've been since 10 November 1775. And Semper Fidelis, which means always faithful. It's one of the Marine Corps' logo sayings, that represents us. Because Marines, when we do something, we're dedicated, we're full force to it. We'll run to the fire. And that's one of many reasons, why I'm proud to be a Marine. It's not something that we take lightly, and that's for sure. But that I'm just glad I kind of got the bravery to do this video, because I'm normally not really so out there like that. But the definition of esprit de corps is a feeling of pride or fellowship and common loyalty shared by the members of a particular group. And that's another definition of the Marine Corps. Like, we take more pride in knowing who we are and, our togetherness than, then you could understand. You have to do it to know what I'm talking about. And, because it's not like cakewalk, it's not easy. It's not, I'm just thankful I'm here today. Like I mentioned on the post earlier, I've been going through some things, and I just wanted to make this video, I guess, for any veterans out there that, maybe felt the same way, or maybe was going through some stuff like this, and to let them know they're not alone. And I wanted to dedicate this video to Anthony Davis, Army veteran, and a proud member of this town and community, and anybody that knew him. Rest in peace, brother.